on? My name's Grizz. Welcome to the channel. We're in Black Ops 7 Zombies today, and this is the first step to the main Easter egg in Ashes of the Damned. We're going to start off by upgrading Old Tessie. When you load up the map, it pretty much walks you through how to unlock Pack-a-Punch, throwing that sucker on the back of the Wonder Weapon truck. After this, we're going to need to pick up a freezer key. Okay, so we need to make our way over to exit 115 to the diner and kill a zombie inside the diner. He's going to drop a freezer key. We pick up that freezer key, and there's a freezer right next to the kitchen here that we can unlock, and that's going to have the Abomination carcass inside of it. So this is the first step. We are going to pick up the Abomination carcass from this freezer, and we need to put that on the Wonder Weapon vehicle. So we're going to make our way back over to Ashwood and slap that sucker on. Just go to the build table and it will build it for you. So now we have Old Tessie upgraded. We're going to head over to Janus Towers Plaza and just walk right in this area, and it's going to spawn an Uberklaus. You need to kill that Uberklaus because he has the stabilizer chip. We need this quest item. This is the next part of the main quest. We pick up the stabilizer chip and we're going to head back to Ashwood now. There's a sheriff's office. This sheriff's office, we need to unlock this door, and inside you're going to see Klaus. He's caged up, but we can install the chip right in this little panel, okay? And now that we're at this point, what we're going to need to do is go to the crafting table and pick up some stun grenades. You need 4, okay? So go drive out and hit those green plants. That'll give you more salvage. Make sure you have 4. And you're going to throw it at the ground right here. And you're going to chuck all 4 of them, all right? And that's what's going to cause Klaus to get stunned. And you need the mass spam of the stun grenades to do it. Just chucking 1 will not work. Spam 4 of them. Now we have the ability to hit left trigger, and that will place Klaus wherever we want him. We need to actually take him now all the way over to Zarya Cosmodrome. And at the bottom of where the rocket is at, there is a panel that we call Klaus next to. And we can actually just go activate this right now. I call him right here because he's going to help protect you, okay? But this creates a lockdown. Once you hit that panel, the light will turn green. It's about 30 seconds. It tells you it's a minute, but it was only about 30 seconds and the zombies disappeared. The lockdown ends, and what that does is it unlocks this little tank. Alright, so we have a Dark Ether barrel that we now can take somewhere. There are 3 locations we need to charge this thing up. We drop the Dark Ether barrel here in Ashwood, and the Refine Energy extraction begins. Okay, we drop it again here over at Blackwood Lake. All 3 of these little Dark Ether generators, we have to place the tank inside, and it's going to fill up. Okay, so the last spot's in Van Dorn Farm. Now, once the Refine Energy extraction is done and it's completed, you're going to pick that back up, and you're going to take it down here into the cellar, and you're going to place the ether barrel into the dark cube. The barrel will stop decaying at this point, and you have completed the first step of the main Easter egg. Now, I got totally destroyed right there in that room in the cellar, so I got to start this back up, and we're going to begin. All 3 canisters have to be charged up, so you're going to be going to all 3 of those locations with this canister. It doesn't take anything except just waiting around for a minute until they charge up, and then we're going to pick up the canister and take it down into the cellar. Alright, so after the 3rd charge, we take it down into the cellar, and we're going to give it to the ritual box. There's going to be a slight ritual that happens here after we enter in the symbols. So what we got to do is take the jump pad to Janus Towers Plaza and head back to Van Dorn Farm. And you're going to notice these symbols on top of the buildings. Push start and take a picture with your phone so you have all 3 of these symbols on hand. You're going to need them. Once we land, we're going to head back into the cellar. Make sure you run away. Get 1 zombie left at the end of the round because we have to change the symbols on this cube. The 3 symbols we saw on top of the roof, we're now just going to change them until all 3 of the symbols are the same symbols that were on the roof. And then you interact with the eye on this side, and that will unlock the Necrofluid Gauntlet. And those are the steps for unlocking the Wonder Weapon. So once we pick this up, it's a little bit different than you might think how it interacts. Checking out the guide here, we can see that there's a spike shot, a spike recall, and a claw attack. There's these orbs that are floating around in this room, and we have to shoot at them and then recall it back. So you have to hit X or your interact button to recall the shot back. Right trigger is just to shoot. This took me a minute to figure out. I almost died. But you're going to shoot it, then hit interact to recall the shot back. And you do this on about 3 or 4 of these orbs, and then the ritual will end. And now you officially have the Necrofluid Gauntlet. That's the full Wonder Weapon unlock. And I got a feeling that we're going to need this Wonder Weapon later on during the Easter egg. But now that it's unlocked, can move on to step number 3. It's something with the items and the syringes. I don't know. Acquire several items. We're making a serum in Yuri's lab. There are 6 items in total. A mysterious limb, chunks of meat, fungi, a powder, eyes, and a bone. We're going to focus on the human bones first, and you're going to need a tomahawk. So make your way over here to exit 115, and inside the diner kitchen, you'll see a combat axe you can pick up. Pick up that combat axe, and make your way over to Van Dorn Farm, and in the barn here, you're going to see a body that's bleeding. This body that's bleeding, you're going to aim the tomahawk at the leg that's bleeding, toss the tomahawk at it, and the leg will fall to the ground. Then what we need to do is burn it. So we're going to head over to the crafting table, pick up a Molotov, and just chuck that molly right at that leg. That's going to burn that foot to a crisp. Give it a minute. We're going to come back and collect the part. These are the human bones. So that's part 1 of 6. The next thing we're going to look at is the Ravager eyes. You need to activate the saw blade trap and have a Ravager run into it. He's going to drop the Ravager eyes, and that's how you get that part. The next part is located over in Zarya Cosmodrome. We're going to pick up Wisp T. Alright, so pick up Wisp T over here, and then head back over to Ashwood. In this building, you're going to need to use the Necrofluid Gauntlet and shoot the mirror. That's going to reveal an image, and then you need to shoot the mirror again to break it. When you shoot the mirror to break it, it's going to drop the powder of the Forgotten. So pick up that powder. You're going to need to have the Wonder Weapon built before you can collect the powder. The next item is the Jar of Spores. Here in the cabin, we're at Blackwater Lake, in the kitchen, you're going to see this jar you can pick up right here in the kitchen. So pick up that jar, and then we need to move over to Van Dorn Farm, and on the road is a dead horse. We can place those Jar of Spores right on top of it, and we need to wait 3 rounds. 3 rounds later, we could come back to this same spot, and those spores will become an item we can pick up. So collect the Widow's Lantern. For the next item, you're going to need to kill a Zursa with the Old Tessie Abomination Beam. This could be a little tricky. Kill Zursa down so he's weak. This is what I do every time. I make Zursa weak, and then I come in with the truck and beam him down. And then you can collect that part, the Mysterious Limb. The next item you need is the Horde Husk Chunks. Out here in the fog, you're going to need to use the Abomination Beam on one of those purple crystals. And when you see the item drop, it's yellow. I like to use an Ether Shroud so I can go out here and not get killed. Pick up the chunks and head back to Old Tessie and get the hell out of there. And there we go. We have the Mysterious Limb, the Horde Husk Chunks, the Widow's Lantern, the powder, the eyes, and the human bones. We're going to take those parts over to Zarya Cosmodrome, and in the control room, we're going to pick up this syringe that's on this shelf. Pick up this syringe. It's not going to show up in your inventory, but just across the Cosmodrome here is another room that we can open. It's not very expensive. This is Yuri's lab. Okay, so now that Yuri's lab is open, we have all 6 of those items, including the syringe. It's over there in that control room. We're now going to come over to Yuri's lab, interact with the dust right there in that bowl, and that's going to light up the table. And now we have these symbols on the wall. I don't know what's going on here, guys. Something's happening. There is movement on the field. So that there is step number 3. And I will be back very, very soon with the next step. Got to figure it out first. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Violent out. Insta-kill and a disciple injection as a standby, but never had to use them. Using this chart, you're going to want to select the ingredients in order from top to bottom. Look at the first 2 symbols and match them up with the ingredient, top to bottom. And you only have 3 to choose from, so choose your ingredients. Let's get it started. You'll know you got it because the smoke won't be black or white, it'll be red. And it's asking you to add blood. So we're going to add blood into here. We have everything ready to go. And the zombies are going to spawn in. Your health is going to go down to about 25%. And you need to be able to hold it down. I recommend you pop an Ether Shroud right away. Get as many kills as possible with your weapon. That's what's going to collect souls. So you need souls to suck into where the red smoke was at on the table. And you need as much as possible. So you're going to chuck monkey bombs, and you're going to milk the second one when the first one ends. And get those kills in between. We're trying to rack up as much kills as possible. Alright, and then when your second monkey bomb is done, pop an Ether Shroud. Okay, so it's an Ether Shroud, 2 monkey bombs, then an Ether Shroud. And if you get enough kills in those moments, it will complete the ritual. This was a tough step to beat. Solo, very difficult. You got to really plan for it. I failed this one many times before I finally got this one to pass. With 4 players, there's a lot more zombies that spawn in there, but solo, it does scale down. And look, now we have little wisps flying around. Woo! And that's going to do it for this video. I wish I could have the full Easter egg beat already. By the time I upload this video, it has already been beaten out there. Curse mode is unlocked. I'm going to keep uploading the rest of the guide videos for all you guys that are watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more zombies content and activate that bell notification, man. If you want to level up fast in zombies, I'll see you in the next one for the next step. The DG2 mounted turret for Old Tessie. We need to collect 3 keys. They're glowing keys, and they're located in the fog area. So unfortunately, we're going to have to look around out here in no man's land and pick up 3 keys. You need the wonder weapon to do this. We need it to pull back. There are 3 locations for every item. The first location we're going to go to is just north of Ashwood. It's the grounded ship. There are 3 spots here where you're going to collect this key, and I'm going to show you all 3 for all 3 locations. Now that we're on the ship, the location where I've actually found my key is right here in this crate, this blue crate, and we're going to shoot it, and we're going to retract it. We're going to hold X or square, and that's going to pull it back. So now we got that key, and when you pick it up, you're going to be slow. So have an Ether Shroud handy and get to Old Tessie so you can get the hell out of there. The second location that it's located at is in this window on a shelf. The second location is in the corner of this blue shipping container. And the third is underneath on one side of the ship between 2 barrels. These 2 barrels. So those are the 3 locations there. After you collect the green key, make your way back to Ashwood and place it on top of the cube. The next key is the red key. Head southwest of Ashwood towards exit 115. We're going to come across this skull. Inside this T-Rex skull will be one of the locations. The next location, you're going to want to hop on top of this rock, and you're going to see a T-Rex head hanging over the cliff. Inside its mouth there will be one of the locations. And the last location here on this side in the graveyard is towards exit 115, just outside of this. Follow the road to the end of the road here by this car, and on the backside is where the key is. So go ahead and shoot at it, pull it back, and pick that sucker up and get back to Old Tessie. And we're going to bring this sucker back to Ashwood where that floating cube is and place it on top of it. And some of the chains will disappear. We got one more set of chains to go, and this is the glowing yellow key just outside the north gate on Zarya Cosmodrome. On the corner on top of one of these buildings with an array on it is one of the locations. The next location on this side is actually the crashed pylon that's hovering above us. You're just going to see it floating there. You're going to need to shoot that and pull it back. The third location on this side is on top of a cliff. It's on the top of a cliffside. You're going to see a car crash up there, and you need to shoot at it and pull it back. I shot it like 3 or 4 times right here, and then pulled it back, and that ended up working. One time didn't do it. So 3 or 4 times, pull it back, and you'll see it fall on the ground there. We're just going to wait a minute and clear it out. They disappear on their own, those zombies. So just wait for a second and then head over and pick that sucker up. I'm trying to be really careful because these rounds are getting higher. But now that we have the yellow Nightbird key, we're going to take that up to the floating cube and place it right on it. And this will unlock the last bit of chains and unlock a cutscene, which I'll play at the end of this video. But once the cutscene's over and you come back, the DG2 turret barrel will be sitting here, and you'll be able to pick that up. So that's how we actually unlock it. That's the main quest item, and we're going to bring that back here in Ashwood on the crafting table and upgrade Old Tessie and get an achievement, actually, now that Old Tessie is fully upgraded. That's the last upgrade for the Wonder Weapon vehicle, and hot damn does she look good. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back shortly with Step 6.
Living shit.
Ayude.
You're alive. I did not hope. I could not. Do not be alarmed.
Take a look in the fucking mirror, Hover Girl, and say that again.
Quickly. He will feel my absence. You must listen. Each of you have encountered, been touched by a great power. Something has left its mark on your beings. The warden of this place sensed it, sought you out, tore you from your dimensions, and drained you to take that essence for himself.
The Sentinel artifact. Damn you, Richtofen!
While he has those parts of your souls, he has dominion over you. You cannot fight him any more than you can hope to return to your own worlds. To even try would be suicide. But for all of our sakes, he must be destroyed. There are others here. Ancient denizens of the Dark Ether. Shadowsmiths. They too are bound to his will, augmenting his power. He forced them to harvest your essence, to refine it into the colostrum that sustains him. These beings cannot be killed. But destroy their bonds, free them from his control, then they will return what they were made to steal.
If she says we gotta chuck a necklace into a fucking volcano, I am so out.
Find where the one that watches this place is imprisoned.
You will forgive me if I do not drop everything to do the bidding of a gigantic floating head.
Speak for yourself. We do this all the damn time.
I cannot act against him directly, but I can guide your hands. Go! Go now!
Look alive, ladies. We got some ancient evil ass to kick.